Hey,
What
don't
up?
be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Go ahead, babe. No, 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 no. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
So it's been a few months since we really dug into the struggles Lil Nas X has been facing with his career lately. This is the same guy who came out of nowhere and dropped one of the biggest songs of all time, Old Town Road. Can you believe he only paid $30 for the beat before releasing it on his own? That track went nuclear, and suddenly, he was everywhere, following it up with bangers that kept the charts on lock. But here's the catch. Every time something of his was popping, he had to wrap it in some over-the-top controversy to sell it. It was like the music alone wasn't enough. He always needed some wild scandal tied to the release. And when your whole strategy is built around shock value, it gets real messy real quick. Think about it. How many times can you keep playing with religion, the devil, or your sexuality just to make noise before people stop caring? That's exactly what happened when he dropped his single J Christ at the start of 2024. Instead of being a bold move, it backfired big time.
I want to live. I want to fight. I want to live. I want this life. I want to go. I want to run. I want to live. I want this life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life. Oh, life.
The song tanked, and even his most casual fans were left angry and disappointed. Suddenly, the label wasn't trying to gamble on him anymore. His buzz in the industry started cooling off fast, and behind the scenes, he was clearly wrestling with some deep identity struggles. It looked like his self-worth was tied way too much to fame and internet clout, and once the hype faded, he didn't know who he was anymore. And after watching hours of his interviews, one thing stood out. Lil Nas X seemed like he was dipping too far into the dark side of things. His energy in late 2023 was on edge, almost frantic, like he was losing grip, and when he could no longer meme or troll his way into going viral, like he did at the start of his career, things turned even darker. He tried dropping this little EP days before Dream Boy, a project meant to test the waters before his big album rollout, but instead of reigniting hype, it only showed just how much momentum he had already lost. And honestly, I thought the EP had a couple of catchy tracks, but let's keep it real, it flopped hard too. The videos looked low budget, like the label had already pulled back their support. And soon enough, Lil Nas X just gave up on pushing Dream Boy altogether. He disappeared off social media.
Hey, for everybody coming to the party! La, la, la. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes. Pow. Yes. Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat towel.
And fans were left scratching their heads like, what the hell is going on with him? By February, people were already saying he looked wired out of his mind. Then in April, things took a scary turn. He actually lost control of half his face and ended up in the hospital. That's when the whispers about his health and lifestyle really started heating up. Fast forward to recently. After months of complete silence, he suddenly reappeared online, dropping cryptic posts that had everyone concerned. He started calling himself Queen Madeline, and the photos he posted looked wild, like some empty Airbnb with just a few random belongings and art pieces scattered around. The vibe was straight up like he got kicked out, grabbed what he could, and ran to a rental spot to crash. And just look at his setup. A dusty computer, and a basic mic setup that screamed struggle rapper energy.
Sean Bankhead taught me that one. Bow! Bang! Bow! Woo! Bow! Batty boy, won't you give it to me, baby? Batty boy, won't you give it to me, baby? It's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. I don't like phones. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem? Break it down, break it down.
Then he drops this bizarre caption. Oh no, she's gone mad crazy, I tell you. and begins leaking what seemed like singles from his album, something his label would definitely not co-sign. It felt less like a planned rollout and more like a rebellious kid acting out against authority. And this wasn't even the first time he tried sneaking music out without label approval either. But then came the breaking point, his total meltdown. Word was he allegedly OD'd, and then people spotted him in the streets of LA at 4 a.m., wandering around Ventura Boulevard in nothing but white cowboy boots and white boxers. He was rambling like he was performing for an invisible audience, humming a strange tune on repeat, strutting up and down the sidewalk like it was his stage. The whole scene looked like something straight out of a video game gone wrong, like a GTA NPC glitching out in the middle of the night. And honestly...
So what would you call what you do? Trolling, marketing, what is it?
It's all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of it. It's trolling, it's marketing. It works. Anybody that's pissed off are the exact people that needs to be pissed off, you know?
My first thought was, is this another outrageous promo stunt? Because let's be real, with Lil Nas X's history, nobody could tell if this was a genuine breakdown or just another attempt at shock marketing. What made it even crazier is how long this went on. Lil Nas X wasn't just spotted once. People kept seeing him pacing the streets, humming the same offbeat tune like he was in his own world. At one point, he even started dancing in the middle of the road, completely unbothered by traffic, as if the whole city was his stage. Fans who once cheered his wild antics were now straight up worried, saying, "This don't look like a stunt. This looks real bad." And the timing made it all the more suspicious. Just when folks thought it might have been some guerrilla promo, no one else was around. No fans, no paparazzi, just this one random person filming at 4 a.m. on Ventura Boulevard. It didn't feel like clout chasing anymore. It felt like a real crash out moment in front of the world. Then, to add fuel to the fire, his IG started flooding with even stranger posts.
On top of that, like seeing like actual fans like turn and say like, "Whoa, why is he doing this? Why does he keep messing with these people?"
Pictures of random objects, scribbled notes, half-finished lyrics, all giving off the vibe of a man spiraling out of control. He even uploaded short clips where he'd laugh 1 second and look dead serious the next, almost like he was talking to voices only he could hear. By this point, his supporters were begging him to get help while critics were calling it the final fall of Lil Nas X. And the worst part, his label stayed dead silent. No statement, no damage control, nothing. It was almost like they had already washed their hands of him, leaving him to face the chaos alone. And here's the part that really had people talking. When you look at those clips, there's no other cars, no buses, no people around, nothing. The whole thing looks staged, almost too perfect, which had folks whispering, could this be some kind of humiliation ritual? It sounds wild, but a lot of fans weren't ruling it out. Still, the official story says multiple witnesses saw him walking the streets of Studio City totally unclothed, and when police finally showed up, things went left. Reports say he got into it with them, allegedly assaulting an officer, and had to be sedated before being hauled off to the hospital over fears of an overdose. And this isn't just rumors. I checked the records myself.
But I also didn't mean to like mock. This wasn't like a fuck you to you people, fuck you to the Christians. Like, you know, it was not that.
His name popped up on a misdemeanor with all the right details, proving he really did catch charges. TMZ even confirmed he'd been taken to jail, where he's supposed to stay until at least Monday. No mugshot yet, but the fact that he reportedly swung on an officer, he's lucky this didn't end way worse than just a cell, because we've all seen how ugly situations like that can get in the past. At this point, nobody knows exactly what's going on. Some think it's pure gimmick, others believe it's a full-on drug psychosis, and let's be real, the rumors about him burning through his money don't make it look any better. How does a guy who should have $30 million in the bank end up holed up in an Airbnb with a broken down setup? The label clearly doesn't want anything to do with him, and without their backing, he's stranded. If this meltdown really seals the deal, I wouldn't be shocked if he gets dropped completely. And trust me, if he thought things were tough just beefing with the label before, it's about to get way uglier without the machine behind him. To me, this is one of those sad lessons about fame. Losing your peace, your mind, and your soul just for celebrity and money will never be worth it. The industry will chew you up and spit you out. And sadly, that's exactly what we're watching happen right now. Early in his career, you could see that spark in his eyes. But lately, That light is gone. But what do you guys think? Is this just another wild gimmick for attention? Or are we watching a serious breakdown unfold in real time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to share this with a friend. I'll catch you on the next one.